What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for picking another one of my videos right here on YouTube. So today I've got another tactic that I want you to go and try. I have had some success with this tactic. I've used Inter Milan in a single season sim. I want to know though, does it work for other teams? So what I'm going to show you today is what the tactic is, what the player roles are, and then what happened when we ran that one season sim with Inter Milan. Let's not waste any time in this one. We're going to jump straight on into the tactic and show you exactly what it is. So the tactic is a 4-1-3-1-1 basically. It's a little bit asymmetrical just to try and throw the computer off a little bit. You can see there are some roles in there that we are going to go through. You can see it's a tiki-taka style of formation with a positive mentality. You've got the in possession, in transition and out of position, which we will cover afterwards. But let's start showing you what some of these roles are. So you've got a goalkeeper on sweeper keeper. Now again, as always, if you need more time, pause the video, write these down, or you can just download the tactic from the description box down below. I will leave that in there. If you're on Xbox or any of the other consoles, let me know if these port across in the comments section also. So we have two IWBs, inverted wing backs, one on the left and one on the right. We then have two ball playing defenders on defend. We have a deep line playmaker in the centre. On the right hand side we have a winger on support. On the left hand side we have a wide playmaker on attack. Through the middle, a central midfielder on attack. We then have a shadow striker on attack and an advanced forward on attack. So those are all the player positions and their instructions. So as I said, it's a tiki-taka style of football. It's a positive mentality. In possession will look like this. In transition looks like this. Out of possession looks like this. So that's the tactic all run through. Those are the positions. If we try and load up what Inter Milan's best 11 probably will be, let's see if it will do that. So there we go. You have got Handanovic in goal, Gosens, Bastoni, Skriniar, Darmian at the back, Brozovic, got Çalhanoğlu, Barella and Dumfries through the middle, with Mkhitaryan and Lautaro Martinez linking up top. So that gives you a rough idea of how Inter Milan would have played in this season. So knowing what their lineup would be, how would they perform? Let's hit the competitions tab and have a little look. So starting off with Serie A, you can see they have won the league. They played 38, won 28, drew 7, lost 3. Only had a goal difference of 68, but they did have 91 points. Now you can see their strikers didn't feature in the goals section, but they did have two players in the assists, with Çalhanoğlu getting 20 on his own and Dumfries getting 13. Back to the competitions tab, you can see that in terms of the Champions League, they are the current holders. So when we go through the schedule in a second, you'll see not only did they win the Serie A, but they won the Champions League too. In the Italian Cup, they got to the final and were runners-up, losing 3-2 to Atalanta in the final. And in terms of the Italian Super Cup, they won that at the start of the season, beating local rivals Milan 4-1. So first season, and they have won 3 trophies. Let's go through the schedule and show you what was happening then to get them to where they were. So obviously started the season off with a 2-0 win and then did lose their first game. But after that, they went on a mad unbeaten run, which had results such as 6-0 win against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League. They beat Lecce, Salento 5-1. They beat Sampdoria 5-1. They beat Spezia 5-2. They did have a loss to Marseille 4-2 in the Champions League, but then after the World Cup break, they had a 7-0 win against Salernitana. They had a 6-2 win against Sassuolo. They beat Milan 4-1 in the Super Cup final. They beat Torino 3-0. They did lose to Bologna 2-1. They then, in the Champions League, lost 2-1 to Salzburg away from home before going through on penalties in the home leg. They beat they had 3 games in a row where they won 4-1. And then coming down to the business end, they had some absolutely crazy games where they played against Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final and lost 2-1, and then won 6-1 in the return leg. They then won 5-1 against Bologna before losing that Italian Cup final. And then they got all the way through to the Champions League final where they beat Real Madrid 2-0 with 2 goals from Romelu Lukaku. So, a tactic that is probably going to need a few players to bulk it up. It looks like Inter's defending probably wasn't as good as it could have been. Maybe it needs a little bit of tweaking. You're going to have to download it and let me know. I've heard that some of the plug and play tactics for FM23 have been nerfed, so if this is one and you can get this working better than I can, let me know in the comment section down below. But I think for a starter tactic, this is one you can plug and play, and hopefully it'll get you some results pretty quickly. So if you're still here, still listening to me, and you like what you see in terms of the tactic, don't forget to check out the description down below so you can get the link to download it. Secondly, if you don't mind hitting the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on the video, that would help me immensely. Before you go, don't forget to check out other things on the channel. We have other tactics, there's Let's Plays, there's Wonder Kids, there's something for everybody, tutorials if you want face packs, those kinds of things. Really is something for everybody. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you for checking out the tactic video, and I'll see you on another one soon.